What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of In the Longhouse with Beard of the North. Hope you're having a good Friday. Hope you got a good weekend coming up for you. Say hello to my guest tonight. How many of you would have ever expected this duo to be on screen?
It's a pretty dynamic duo, especially to be 10 o'clock at night for me. It's kind of special. So
Yes, I am surprised Brian is awake. Normally he's sleeping by now. But he was kind enough to say, I will stay up on a Friday night and shoot the shit with you for a while. Don't expect this to be a normal 2.5 hour long stream. We'll see how long Brian can handle.
I will do my best.
How are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm doing well. So this was Friday nights are not bad because I don't have to get up and go to work the next day. And I'm still on summer break. I actually have one more week off, and then I got to go back to school to start year 26 of teaching high school math. So it flies by.
Fucking yippee. So high school math. So what do you teach, like 9, 10, 11, 12? Or is there just...
So the school I'm at, it's an early college, so it's actually really smart kids, and it's like the number one high school here in North Carolina, top performing, one of the top, 30 high schools in the nation. So they take high school classes 9 and 10, and then they take college classes 11 and 12. So past few years I've been teaching 10th grade, and they're taking AP Calculus, A, B, and BC. So they're taking first two levels of calculus in the 10th grade year. So it's pretty crazy.
Nope. You would have never seen me at one of those high schools.
I think I would have liked it, but they didn't have them back when I was a kid. I'm from a very rural hometown, so county. So it was very different than where I'm at now.
Yeah. See, and especially math. That was not a strong suit of mine whatsoever.
So, I like math. I've known since I was 15 that I was going to be a math teacher, and things worked out pretty well from then because, here's the thing. Nobody in my family had gone to college. So I knew I was good at math. So I took a little interest inventory survey thing that they had at the time. It was like, okay, you can be a computer programmer, which I kind of liked because computers were new at the time. You can be like a math teacher, or you can be an engineer. And I did not know what an engineer does. I still don't really know what an engineer does. It's like, I'm an engineer. What do you do? I don't know. So I ended up doing something that I knew. And I was in high school. I knew what high school math was, and I've been doing it ever since, I guess.
And it's something you obviously enjoy if you're on year 26.
Yeah, I enjoy it. Well, I tend to stick to things. I'm a pretty committed guy when it comes to that kind of thing, marriages and jobs and that kind of stuff. But no, I've taught at 3 different schools and felt like I've moved up each time. Never really wanted to be a principal or anything like that. So I'm hanging out my last few years here in the classroom. And then at some point I will transition, either retire straight out or do something different, like some sort of administrative thing, like testing coordinator or curriculum facilitator, something like that, but not a principal.
Okay. Would you do, if you did, like you said, kind of like retire out a little, would you ever do like substitution or anything like that?
No. Being a math person, I could make a lot of money tutoring on the side. I could tutor these kids that, I'm teaching now. So plus I've taught online I've taught online for a year. So I really could tutor anywhere, in the whole world, right? Just over the computer screen.
Yeah, that's kind of the better part of today's age, I guess you could say, because 26 years ago, you couldn't have did that when you first got into it.
No, it would be very, limited about what I could do.
Mm-hmm. Should we say hi to some of the people that are in here?
Yes. Let's see who's in the chat this evening.
Mr. Mark, of course.
Anything good happen on SmackDown tonight, Mark?
Mr. Walter, of course.
Man, that's a nice looking beard.
That fake, I swear it's fake. It's too good. It's too good. It's got to be fake. TV, thanks for stopping in, man. Good to see you here. Who else we got? We got Dagan. How you doing, Dagan? Good to see you, sir. Elvina, good to see you. Thank you for coming in. Oh, Mike, how you doing, sir? Hope you're holding up well.
Hello, hello.
Iowa Beard Company. Forget his name.
Justin.
Okay. How you doing, sir? Thanks for stopping in, man. We got Shade. Good to see you, sir. Anybody else? Other than everybody that's talking? Chris
They're
from
just
True
hanging
North.
out.
Lynn, you fucking dickhead. And then this old asshole.
Yeah, I heard y'all play some bets last night on me.
Curtis, how you doing, sir? Eric, good to see you too. Nicholas, thanks for stopping in, man. Yeah, I know. I see you here, you fucker. All right. I think I'm kind of caught up here.
Called up.
So, teacher for 26 years of high school math. What?
I'm getting old.
Well, I mean, you got that signature gray patch in the middle there. You know?
Yeah. Now it goes down here to my chest hair too is now turning white and a big stripe.
What brought you into doing the YouTube and doing beard videos?
Good question. I was doing YouTube videos before I grew a beard. So I have another channel. It's got like 34,000 subscribers or something like that. I was doing music stuff. It happened when I started learning the banjo. So I don't know how many years ago that was at this point, probably 13, 14 years ago. I started playing the banjo, and the teacher in me said, as I was learning these things, I was like, okay, I'm going to start recording myself, because you turn the red light on trying to play an instrument, like it all goes out the window. So it was good practice. But also these little snippets of things I learned, I was like, I can teach somebody how to do this. It just kind of helps your brain process things. So that my teacher brain said, all right, I'm going to make these little videos showing people how to play a lick, or, hey, I know here's this lick, you can put it in these different places, because people who aren't musically inclined don't really understand this like cutting and pasting idea. So I made banjo videos. And when I started making banjo videos, one of my students said, Mr. Haywood, you should monetize your channel. You can make some money. So I did. And then I started putting like old bluegrass, because it was bluegrass music. So old bluegrass audio recordings that were not on YouTube anywhere. I would find them and put them on my YouTube channel, and had one of the videos really take off. My wife actually did Chris Stapleton's Tennessee Whiskey. She did the lyrics and like had a nice like multimedia presentation to go along with it, and it kind of blew up and got like 15 million views on it. So that's how the channel got so big. The problem is that's not my original music on there, so I couldn't monetize that particular video. And then at some point I had like all this stuff on there, and then YouTube said, you've got your non-original content on there. It's not your own content, so we're going to demonetize you. But they didn't say which videos it was, and I had up like 1,000 videos. So I was like, okay, crap. So I either leave it. I just left it for a year and just didn't worry about it. And then it's like, okay, I'm going to try to get monetized again. So I took down all that stuff. So now it's all gone, and the videos that are up are me. Got it remonetized, and then it said, oh, wait a minute, you didn't make a video in 6 months. They demonetized me again. So the other channel's not monetized right now.
And you've got like, what'd you say, 34,000?
I think 34,000 subscribers, but I don't get a lot of views anymore, because all my videos that I had up that were getting a lot of hits aren't on there anymore. So it's kind of an interesting story. It was back then it was the Wild West. Like they keep changing the rules on you for YouTube and all that stuff. Anyway, long story short, I grew out my beard, and it was kind of the same way. My teacher brain took over, and I was seeing all this stuff. I was like, okay, I can make, kind of tutorials about beards. So that's what I did. I actually had it on my other channel for a while, and then the people did not like that. They were there for it to hear bluegrass music. So I ended up creating the new Beards and Banjos
not to
channel.
listen to you talk, not to listen to you talk about beard stuff.
Yeah, I made about
listen to music.
I think I made a couple dozen videos on that, and then people were like in the comments, "What the heck is this? What is going on with this channel?" So I ended up, splitting it and making a new channel out of it. And now here we are 5 years later and 742 videos I've got on the Beards and Banjos channel.
Do you make any videos that you put on that other channel?
No, I had ideas to do that as I wanted to. I've got a lot of equipment, audio equipment and microphones and all that stuff. Is like, I'm going to put those kind of reviews and that kind of stuff on there, but I didn't get around to it this summer, and I'm going to run out of time. It's hard to try to keep 2 channels going and active and have a life. It really is. So I got a lot of folks that I work with in the beard stuff, some of the affiliates and the companies that I work with. So those people I want to make sure to keep happy, and all the people that watch my, that this is community, right? The beard stuff is a community, whereas the bluegrass stuff was too, but it's just been so long since I posted anything over there. I'm just not worried about it right now.
Yeah. How you doing, Ellie? Good to see you. And I saw Rudy is in here too.
Hey, Rudy. Sir? Thank you, sir.
There's something that Eric set up here. Yep. You're welcome. I'm glad you could get a kick out of it, Eric. I enjoy doing those videos. I think a lot of that type of stuff I was doing on TikTok, and now TikTok is kind of fucking me. So I'm going to start bringing a lot of that stuff over to my Instagram, I think.
Do you put them on YouTube Shorts?
No, I don't. I haven't put anything on YouTube Shorts.
Well, that might get you to the monetization stuff a little earlier.
I've heard that.
Subscribers.
I've heard that, and I've seen it happen.
With Copper Johns, right?
Copper Johns. I mean, he hit the jackpot with that shit.
Yeah, it's like almost like, okay, the business goes out the window. Let's do YouTube stuff.
And I remember when he said he got the plaque and he hadn't opened the box yet. And he waited like a month, or was it 6 weeks or something like that before he opened the box.
Dang, how many subscribers are they up to?
Last I looked, it was 130 something thousand.
Gracious.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit 3,000 by the end of the year, I think.
I might hit 400. Maybe.
You go back and look at that and divide it by 742 videos. It's not that many subscribers per video.
Made Mo the Bearded Shark look good.
Oh yeah, we did a live stream on YouTube, and some gamer person on Twitch or something was scrolling through and looking at random YouTube lives, found that live stream we were doing, and all of a sudden it had like 1,000 people watching the live stream all of a sudden, and they were like trolling us in the comments, and Mo and I were like, what in the world is happening?
Hey, thanks for the views.
Yeah, thanks for the views and subscribers. One of my students the next day said, I saw you on such and such's gaming channel. I was like, oh boy.
Gaming channel? What?
Yeah. It was some gamer was just playing around and scrolling through YouTube and found our live stream.
Hey, doesn't matter what. Yeah, a live raid. I think that's what they call it on Twitch. That's
what they did then.
When one streamer like hosts or something, another streamer, it's called a raid, I think is what it's called. If I get a YouTube silver dish thing, I'm gonna personally ball wax. I would bet that's all you'd be doing on Instagram. That's all I'd see you doing videos of, is just holding that thing, just waxing it. 5 videos a day, I bet. You just smiling. Okay, so you started the YouTube for the beard thing.
Mm-hmm.
How long did it take do you think to kind of catch on for you to grow to the size that you're at now?
It's a good question. I would put up videos and get like 13 views. It was like it can really mess with your mind. So I was telling you earlier, it's like you got to be careful not, because I'm an obsessive person. If you look at all the analytic stuff all the time and worry about putting tags on your videos and promoting it this way and hashtag this and putting cards and all that kind of stuff on it, I could drive myself crazy, and I have. So you kind of ups and downs. It's a roller coaster. Once you started, I had some of my trimming videos, because when I first started making my channel, I wanted it to be equal. I wanted it to be about half reviews and half, tips and tricks and trimming and all that kind of stuff. And I did pretty good until I started doing a lot of reviews. Kind of the reviews took over, and I had so many that you only have so much time in the week. So I was going, okay, I have to get out these reviews so they don't stack up on me.
Right.
When 2020 hit, there was a big YouTube boom because everybody's at home watching videos. And I had I did some reviews of like best masks for bearded guys, and those kind of took off, and that got me where I could monetize. I think I got monetized at the end of 2020. So it took me like 2.5 years to be able to monetize. So we've been on the turtles climb. We're still on slow growth, which is fine with me.
Right. I was telling Brian in the green room, for the level of, what's the word? For how good his content is, I would have assumed that his channel would be bigger than it is, to be honest. Because the way that you go about your videos, and like you said, the teacher side of you goes really in depth with stuff. And you'd think when people come to a YouTube channel to see a review, or like the how-tos, you see the how-tos are going to get a lot of views, I think, because a lot of new beardsmen wondering, well, I don't really trust myself trimming my own beard. I don't want to fuck it up. How do I do it? So they go and they YouTube, just like you do anything else nowadays. I would just figure that, I don't know, that your channel would be bigger, and it's not a diss in any way.
Oh, I don't take it that way. I mean, it is what it is. Once I decided to accept affiliates, because I didn't want to spend a bunch of money. So once I finally decided, all right, I'm monetized, people were asking me about affiliates and that kind of stuff. And then I pushed it off because I didn't want that responsibility, because I knew how obsessive I am about some of the stuff once money starts getting involved. But I finally made the decision to do that. And then I put some money into the channel for the very first time. So I bought Final Cut Pro for my Mac, learned how to edit, bought these plugins, bought my studio lights and some of that kind of stuff, and decided I'm because I like doing the editing stuff, kind of the techie, getting good microphones and all that kind of stuff. So I decided that I'm going to make the highest quality content I can create. So because I always like learning new stuff. So it took me a long time to learn how to use Final Cut Pro and that kind of thing. And at the time in the community, there weren't a ton of really high quality looking videos, the HD, the studio kind of setting. So
right.
I finally, after I got an affiliates and that kind of stuff, I didn't make any money. I lost money for the next 2 years after that, because I was buying so much stuff, trying to tweak my setup and buy things I needed for the computer and this Rodecaster Pro and all that kind of stuff. And I forgot where I was going after that. So that's kind of where I got to the quality that you see. Now everybody's got good quality because everybody's camera does 4K and all that kind of stuff. But at the time, I thought that kind of set myself apart. Also, in my videos, I try not to waste anybody's time. I try to get in there and say exactly what I need to say and get out. So that's why I said, we may not be on here 2 hours tonight. I'm gonna say what I need to say and go to bed. Hey, Carrie.
How you doing, Carrie? How you doing, Corey? Good to see you too, sir.
Yeah, I'll take a screenshot of this with two of the opposite personalities in one place. I don't know. I don't know if we're that much opposite. I mean, you're not a big outgoing guy, and I'm not either. So as far as that kind of thing. Now, yes, in some ways we're definitely way opposite. But
how you doing, Taft? Good to see you, sir. Could have swore I saw someone else too. Big Stu. How you doing, Big Stu? Good to see you, sir.
Yeah, Ben's been around since I had a long beard. My beard was probably down to here. It wasn't as long as yours or anything like that.
I remember when you had a longer beard. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people like, oh, you trimmed your beard, and like now I like it. This is kind of about as long as I ever want it, at least right now. It takes guys about 2 years, and I said on my video today about just kind of beard community stuff that like it takes some guys about 2 years to mess around and try different styles and figure out how to trim it and figure out what looks good on you. So it used to be the big thing was growing it out for a year before you even trim it, and then a lot of times you go back to about 6 months worth of growth, and that usually is kind of the sweet spot for a lot of guys.
I am at about a little over 4 years, and it's not even that long. I mean,
so you haven't trimmed it all in 4 years?
Once. I went to a barber once.
Oh boy, how did that go? I don't think I've heard the horror story there.
Nope, there wasn't a horror story. It's just I don't trust myself to do my own trimming. I have tried, and I stopped myself before I got to the little here. Oh, better even it. Oh, now I fucked it up. Better go back over here until where I'm back to here. But my brother goes to a barber that's about an hour away from us, and because the ones that are around here, no, thank you. So he goes up to that one, and he invited me to go along once, and he's a good barber, but I'm not going to go up there on my own time to do it. I like the natural look, I guess you could say. I really like, you see some of those videos on Instagram or something where it's like, it's a perfect square on the guy's face. It looks like it's a fucking Lego clipped onto his face. No, not for me.
Yeah. I always think there's interesting. You see those guys that come in with the before and after and the whole beard trim kind of idea. Well, you look at how they looked when they went in, right? Mm-hmm. And then the barber does all this stuff, like they're straightening it out and edging it out and making all that kind of, making it look perfect for the picture. But I guarantee you the next day after they wash their beard one time, it's not going to look that straight. People are, oh, you've done it. You went too far. Now it's like too straight. It's like, nah, the next day is going to go back to being a little bit more natural.
And that's very true. Yes,
because they don't keep it like that. Because obviously, when you see the before picture, like, okay, they're not, when they've got their cheek lines are way up here, you're like, okay, they're not doing anything in between going to the barber. There's going to the barber, getting it cleaned up, and just letting it go for 2 months.
Yep, they go back to the barber every 2 weeks, like a schedule, to make sure they get everything cleaned up and everything. Appreciate it, Sue. Probably be one-sided tonight, but still gonna happen.
That side.
But he doesn't.
Yeah, it's weird. You're in the middle of it, and you like yourself, and then you like the pictures, and then you change your style, and you go back and look at what you had before. And you're like, oh, wait a minute, that looks awful. What was I thinking? That
looks terrible. I'm sorry, Brian sounds like a principal to me. I hear it. He does have a very calm, soothing voice. Yes.
Yes, I've been told that I have a very soothing voice. If you're not sleepy, you will be in 10 minutes. Just hang tight.
You know what you should do? What you should do is you should go in to Brian's channel and push play on the first video and then just fall asleep.
There you go. I've got playlist. Just hit the playlist.
There you go. It'd be wonders for him.
I've actually looked at doing the voiceover, like getting voiceover jobs. The problem is I'm from the South and I've got this accent and it's hard to enunciate things. So I'd have to find the perfect kind of role for me. I mean, I can work on the accent and enunciating things, but it's really hard. But I like all the sound stuff and the microphones and getting real close to it. I mean, it's
the ASMR stuff.
yeah. Yes.
Shade, no, you'll be here for one thing and one thing only. You're not touching my beard.
Yeah, Dagan's beard, I like it after the trim. It looks good.
He says you should record sleep stories. All you gotta do is just go turn on his channel and fall asleep to a voice when he's talking about beard products. And it will work no matter what. Apparently my internet's going out.
Yeah, I can hear you. I could still hear you.
Can you hear me?
So I'm in yeah, I can hear you. I just can't see you. I'll keep the stream going. I'm in North Carolina.
God damn it.
Here comes the F-bombs.
I'm trying to stay calm.
I love it.
The fuck?
Oh boy. Does his internet usually fail? I don't usually watch the Longhouse. You'll have to tell me. Does his internet go out every week?
Why? My phone is updating shit. This is stupid. Stop. All right, so apparently my phone decided it needs to do updates on stuff, and that's why it's doing this.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you if you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you. I just see the cat on the screen with his little tail flapping back and forth. I'm allergic to cats. I'm going to have a problem with that.
Oh, I'll give my phone a minute to do its updating because I'm not using the fucking camera on this laptop. No, I'm good.
Chris is laughing at you, by the way.
Of course he is. Fuck all you guys.
Kerry said he had to carry the show when he was on with you too.
He did. Yeah, he did. My internet went out completely.
God, mine was out for a week. I cut the cable to the house. Wasn't trimming the bushes, which was bad.
Whoops.
Yeah, I know. I had a live stream scheduled with the company too, a live stream launch. I was like, oh crap. So we had to postpone that for a while. Oh, but I can do a little public service announcement. I've got a couple of live stream launches coming up. Do you care if I talk about that for 1 second?
No, go on. Go ahead.
Cool. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel just to let you know. Next Saturday, July 29th, I'm going to be on at 7 p.m. with Fetty Says. He's releasing a new scent. And then the next week on Tuesday, August 1st at 7 p.m., Iowa Beard Co.'s got a box with like all their fall scents on it, Home and Mansion kind of stuff. And then on Sunday, August 6th, I'm going to be on with the Bearded Mac releasing a brand new scent on my channel at 8 p.m. So make sure you follow me on Instagram. I'll put up the post about that coming up. So a lot of cool stuff there. I've taken a break here over the past couple of weeks because we got a new puppy and I could not make time. Like that puppy's, you had to watch it like 24 hours a day when it's not sleeping. I could not record videos, but we're getting back into it now. I'll put one up today. All right, you're back. Good to see you.
I am back. It finished doing its stupid bullshit. So you say you have a puppy. How old is the puppy?
The puppy is 13 weeks old, so 3 months. Just turned 3 months old.
So you're up with it like it's a baby at night, aren't you?
No, it sleeps. She sleeps through the night. So, you know, everybody wonders why I go to bed so early. I usually wake up at like 4:30. So I'm waking up at 4:30 a.m. and going to bed at 9. So that's reasonable. That's still less than 8 hours sleep at night.
When I was getting up at 4:30 to go work at the slaughterhouse, I was still not going to bed until 10, 11 o'clock at night. And
that had to be rough.
I mean, well, at the time I was in my early 20s. So, you know, you can do it. but I think I feel it now in my older years. I mean, I'm not older, I'm 35, but back then, I could drink a fifth of Jack and party till 2 a.m. and then get up 3 hours later and go to work.
Yeah, you can still cruise on through the day.
Mm-hmm.
All right. eBeard88 has asked me a question that I don't have an answer to. What's your favorite scent from any company? Just wondering. You mean my favorite scent of all time? I can't do it. I know I've tried over 1,000 scents. What do? Some of them you like, and I can't ever get back to it because I'm always testing for a new company. You kind of have some that are sentimental favorites from like when you started years and years ago.
True. That is very true. I mean, it does. It gets a little difficult, especially I know now, even with me picking because it always seems like when I'm dead set on this is the one, this is just fantastic. This is my favorite. Not 2 weeks later or something, I'll get something. I'll be like, oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah, especially over the past 2 years, like all the folks have really upped their game. It used to be we got bad scents. You would, a company would come out and, 5 years ago, and you would have one that smelled like pine sol. You're going to have your woodsy pine scent, and then you would have like a tobacco vanilla scent, and then they would have maybe a minty scent, and that would be your choices. Now they got stuff that smells like everything. Yeah, I like mahogany, love amber. I like kind of a subtle dark sweetness that's not fruity. So all kind of cool stuff.
Yeah. Some of us change our favorite scent like we change our underwear. So I get it. But mine, I know I'm dead set in my favorite scent alone is pine.
Nice. That's kind of unusual for it to be pine.
Yep. And I think it's nostalgia because growing up, my parents' place had like 15 or 20 pines on it. And then
Gotcha.
where I live now, there's probably close to 20 pines. Plus I have a couple spruces. And I love the scent of spruce too.
Yeah, I like woodsy stuff, not necessarily pine, but all the other wood I like. Beard Brand years ago, they had their cheap line. They had one called Lumberyard, and it smelled just like walking in Home Depot, like through the 2x4s. I loved it because my dad did woodworking. He built cabinets, and I would go help him like do sanding and that kind of stuff sometimes in the evening. So it just reminded me of that.
Eric, if you're the same age as me and this has happened to you, I'm sorry, but it has not happened to me yet.
Me neither, and I'm 47, so.
Oh, man.
Oh, good question. So, yeah, if you guys have any questions about anything related to the products or my philosophies on anything, reviewing or that stuff, please ask. Let me know. Because if not, this is going to go very fast because I'm boring. My opinion on carrier oils. I have not found any that doesn't work for me. One thing is my beard type, I've got white, but also a red beard. They like, it soaks up everything. So it likes a lot of different things. I have not found a carrier oil in particular that doesn't work. I've had carrier blends from companies, and it's got all different kind of carrier oils in it. So you can't really pinpoint. I think sometimes guys get fixated and they think they know something and they really don't know. Because to say, hemp seed doesn't work for my beard. Just because you tried it in one thing that had hemp seed and it didn't work for your beard doesn't mean that anything that's got hemp seed may not work. Now, sometimes it does. I think there's sometimes an allergy or something else. But I think guys are too quick to jump on, something that doesn't work and say it's a particular carrier oil. That's my philosophy on things anyway.
What's going on, Daniel? Good to see you, sir. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for making the time in here. See, like I just got an oil from a company that their carrier blend is literally grapeseed, jojoba, and then what they claim to be CBD. That's their carrier.
Okay.
I have not tried it yet, but they sent it to me so that I could, because they wanted a review done, and I said no problem. And I was going through their website, and it just says CBD. It doesn't say anything about like how much or what there's no sheet on it, no nothing. So I asked them, and then he said, he gave me the breakdown, so to say. And I said, first thing first, you haven't even sent me anything yet, but first things first, you should probably put that on your website.
Yes.
That would be a good idea. So we're going to see when I put it in beard, because I have noticed with multiple oils that do have grapeseed in them that it's one of the top carriers in it. It will make my beard feel like straw.
Yeah, it makes it like dry out fast.
Yep. So,
yeah, sometimes because it's a really, really thin. I've also seen in the past or had some experiences where I think, and this is me not saying I know everything because I definitely don't, like it looks like it would be a good carrier blend, but it doesn't work for my beard. Like most things work for my beard, especially these days. It's very, very rare that something makes my beard feel yucky, just because of I usually use these small batch companies that I work with and that kind of thing.
Right.
I think sometimes they use too much fragrance oil. If you put too much fragrance in there, it can actually, work against the carrier blend on there.
Yes, that is true. That is very true. So since we're on the topic of companies you work with, I will say Brian is one content creator that I have seen that has the most affiliate codes out of any other content creator I've seen.
Because I'm hustling. I'm trying to make that money, right?
That I was just going to say that, right? Are you that big of a hustler that everybody that you touch is like, here, take my money? Is that how it works?
Yep. The dollar bills are falling from the sky.
That's how you afford how to do all your beautiful tech and all that stuff, right?
As I told you, I went in the hole like the first 2 years after buying this stuff. Like each year I do my taxes, and my Beards and Banjos channel was in the hole $4,000 or $5,000 for the first 2 years. About broken even now, I think. I'm kind of digging back out. So it's interesting. My philosophy on this, there's no right or wrong, right? It's the Wild West. There are no rules to this thing. And you guys will tell me, I've got a pretty good following. They seem to trust what I say. So I've had pretty good experience with that. The companies I work with, a lot of them like working with me, and they've had good experiences. They've gotten customers and all that kind of stuff from it. So if a company has affiliates and I've used their products and the products work for me, I haven't heard anything bad about the company, I accept an affiliate, put it on my affiliate page. There we go. Sometimes if I have enough time and I'm active on Instagram and don't have other things going on that week, I'll advertise for them and those kind of things. But a lot of them, they'll be part of my extravaganza sales events and those kind of things that I have. I don't know if that's right or wrong, because sometimes I do feel like I've spread myself a little too thin. It's like I've got, I don't even know how many I've got, 20 something maybe. But it's a little bit different. Each company is different. Some companies, they work with me all the time. I'm like conversing with them all the time. Anytime they come out with something new, they'll send it to me, and I make content for free. If it's an affiliate, I don't charge like any kind of review fee if they're an affiliate. So, because I'm already making money from the affiliate stuff. So, and then some,
I don't need to charge them because I'm already.
Yeah, I mean, like there's already, I already have a stake in it, but. Some companies I'm affiliated with, like they're bigger companies, or they don't send me anything. I don't talk to them very much, but they had an affiliate program. I got involved with it. I've got it on my thing there. If somebody has questions about the company, I try to help them out. So I don't know. Maybe people think that, as soon as I started accepting affiliates, I had somebody on my YouTube channel just kind of troll me every time I put up a video. It's like, for the 2.5 years beforehand, I was honest. And then I just, started accepting affiliates, and Then I wasn't
you're
honest
lying.
anymore. Yeah.
Now you're a liar.
Yeah.
When money comes into the equation, you're all of a sudden you're a liar. Even though you were saying good things about this company prior to being an affiliate, now that you are an affiliate, now you're lying about it. That's how the game works. That's how it all works. You know that, right?
Yeah. I try not to be pushy. I am not. I would be an awful car salesman. I'm not a hustler that way. I do take times where I feel like I'm pushing too much, but especially like Black Friday, or the owners are reaching out to me and say, "Hey, you know, here's what's going on," and I tried to share it back. It's like, whew, Black Friday almost did me in last year. It's like I feel like I'm a shill, and I don't like feeling that way. So I try to keep an even balance on that.
Chris, get off Brian's dick. I'm tired of seeing you suck it, okay?
Yeah, Chris.
Relax. See that? Jesus, Chris, take the knee pads off. Go sit down in the corner for a while. There was something else that was said. Every recommendation that Brian has been spot on as how you describe it. And that's what I said too about his content, is he's very, like, the teacher side of him comes out when he does reviews. And
I tell you what, it is a bit of an art form, and it takes a while to figure out how to describe a scent to a person over the internet. That's tough.
Yeah,
like
it's
the
tough.
descriptor words, and you know, sometimes you can smell the individual notes in it, and sometimes you can't really smell all those individual things. It paints a picture. So I don't do my reviews the exact same every time. You know, when I review a company that's new, I try to figure out what jumps out to me from the company. Sometimes it's the feel and beard, sometimes it's the butter, sometimes it's a scent profile, sometimes it's the branding, sometimes it's, you know, the interactions I had with the owner. It's kind of interesting. I try to be aware of all of that stuff and not do the same thing every single time. I know I kind of have a cookie cutter way that I do my reviews now, but when I try to describe something, I list the scent profile, and I think guys appreciate that because I'm a visual person. You guys let me know who's watched my videos. Do you like when I actually list the scent profile on the screen? Because not everybody does that. And then I look at it and try to point out things about that. Like, no, I don't really get this out of it. I get more of this.
See, listing the scent profile and then listing like the carriers. I mean, you don't have to list the carrier every video you do for, like, if you do multiple videos for one company.
Right.
I wouldn't say you have to put the carrier up every time, but the scent profile being listed on the screen does help a lot, I think. From when I've watched reviews.
They help me because I'm a visual learner. So, you know.
What are you trying to say here, Carrie? Are you saying that you don't love working with me? If that's the case, I mean, that hurts my feelings.
I've been doing some work for Carrie this week behind the scenes. I love working behind the scenes with some things.
Black Friday sale is the best. I mean, obviously, and Brian has a big one. Now, what year was it? It wasn't last year. It was the year before. Between yours and Daniel's, I spent way too much fucking money.
Those are fun. There's a lot of work goes into putting those streams together. And everybody already has Black Friday sales anyway, so it's kind of weird to do a stream like that because people don't know exactly when to start Black Friday sales. Some people start like the whole weekend before. But my March Madness one is the other one I do. So that one comes in March, obviously. That one works out pretty well to give the companies like, okay, they need to like get rid of the stuff here and get ready for spring scents and that kind of thing. So I thought about doing one before I went back to school, but I ended up not doing it. I always think I want to do one like the dog days of summer. Like, so companies like are trying to get rid of their summer stuff and get ready for fall, kind of in between that.
Yeah.
I don't want to do them too often because it's a lot of work, and you know, it's not as special if you do them too often.
Yeah, true. If you're constantly doing this, if you got like 10 of them a fucking year or something.
Hey, buy stuff. Yeah, you got
TV says the same thing. They love it when you put the scent breakdowns and everything. So it works. Most guys are visual learners, visually orientated. That's why when you put a pretty girl with big tits in front of them, they kind of stare.
Yeah, I saw you doing that today.
Well, I guess I'll take this as a compliment, Carrie. I'll try. So, Michael P., how you doing, sir? I don't know how long you've been in here. I must have missed your comment. If you've been in here a while, I apologize, but thanks for stopping in. Same with this guy, E. Dickhead. Where's Vato? I haven't bludgeoned him with words yet for a while.
So we talked about affiliates. What other hot button topics can we talk about? How about paid reviews? We haven't talked about that.
You want to talk about paid reviews?
I don't know if I do or not, but I don't want to get myself in trouble. So I charge companies that I'm not affiliated with. I do charge a review fee. It's not much because I want to still be able to work with the small batch companies, but it's just to pay me for my time. Pay me to get these graphics on the screen and get this out to an audience that, I just, some owners say, well, you're only getting 100 to 300 views per your video. Well, okay.
That's still.
I've got a lot of other things I could show them as far as statistics on things, but I don't know. It's hard to know. I'll ask some people and they say I charge too much. I shouldn't charge anything. And then you ask other people and they say, you don't charge nearly enough. You were way undervaluing yourself. So once again, it's the Wild West. I'm fine if an owner's like, okay, that's not really part of my advertising, my business plan is, you don't want to spend money to do that. I'm not at that point, or they don't believe in it. That's fine. Doesn't bother me. I stay plenty busy. Otherwise, I don't know. I'd like to hear your thoughts on that and some other people in the comments as well.
For me, I gave my opinion in that video. Especially guys that have a larger following on YouTube and stuff, or on Instagram, or wherever you're doing your reviews. If you have a large following that could produce a decent amount of percentage sales for a company, why the fuck shouldn't you get paid your piece of the pie for doing that for them? It's essentially advertising. Mm-hmm. And I don't feel like, for me, where I don't feel justified in my channel charging for a review or something, since I don't have a large following. But guys that are, especially, if you're monetized on YouTube, that alone, to me, justifies you being able to charge a company, even if it's a small amount. Hey, it's, $20 or something,
Yeah, at this point, I don't need more beer products.
Right?
I'm not going to be buying them. I don't need them. I've got shelves full of them, and stuff comes in every week.
See, this kind of goes in with that, where technically free products can be considered being paid for a review, because you're not paying for it at all. The company is spending their money to make the product and then spend the money to ship it to you. If there's no money coming out of your hand and you're getting something, to me, it's getting paid to review. How you doing, Travis? Good to see you.
I think you're supposed to click that paid promotion thing when you make the YouTube video, if you get anything for free like that.
Yeah, well, I don't do that shit, because I have gotten product for free. A lot of affiliates will send, or companies will send their affiliates free stuff. And a lot of that is they send out new stuff a little bit earlier than when they have it being released. They send it to their affiliates to get their opinions first. But yeah, paid reviews, for one, it's it's that reviewer and that company's business and not yours. So it shouldn't fucking matter to you anyway. You know?
Yeah, it's always interesting that people have whatever their opinions are, right? They've got strong opinions on it. And once you stay around long enough, sometimes you change opinions.
Well, it's the people that bitch about it are the ones that aren't getting the money to do reviews. They're the ones that bitch about it.
Yeah.
Stu, some do, some don't.
Exactly. That's pretty much it. Some do and some don't. Some will ask. Some will ask, and then some will just send it out and say, "Hey, check this out." Or, sometimes you give them feedback behind the scenes, and I'll always try to put up videos for my affiliates when they send me things.
Yep,
that's kind of part of being an affiliate, in my opinion.
I mean, as an affiliate to some companies, I am absolutely fucking terrible at the advertising side of it, like posting on Instagram or something like that. I am terrible at it, and they all know it. Because anytime I've talked to a company about being an affiliate or have it offered to me, I tell them that straight out. I'm fucking terrible at it. So if you're okay with that, I'd be happy to. I will, every company that I am affiliated with has been on the stream. The owners have come on the stream with me. I try to make sure that they get to come on more often than, say, others.
Right. And sometimes the timing gets hard, right? Like if they send you stuff and they want you to get out a video in a hurry, sometimes that's tough because you got other stuff to do on that. So sometimes it depends on the product. If it's like a brand new release and they're trying to advertise for that, then that's a little bit different than, giving you some like their whole lineup and you just kind of you can do it on your own time and test it all out and put up videos when you want. So it just kind of depends on what their goal is when they send you out products.
Yep. Because I've had a company ask me, "Hey, if I send you this,
can you get it out by Thursday?"
Yes, exactly. And I have literally told a company before, "No, I won't get it done by then." So if you want to send it to me for a later one, sure. If not, you want a review done by that time, maybe send it to one of the guys that will get it done, but I won't. I know I won't. So I'm not going to promise you that I will and then not do it. And then, well, that relationship will get shot then.
Yeah. What Carrie say?
Our label designer doesn't work for free. So getting paid for it is how commerce works. Doesn't mean the review will be good. That is true. Just because.
And it's advertising. You're getting on somebody's platform. If they've built their platform up enough that you find that you can get some value out of that, then, it makes sense for money to change hands. If you only have, if you're only getting 13 people to watch a video, then you're not really a whole lot there for the company to benefit from.
Yep.
But it's like a little bit of a crapshoot. Sometimes those videos take off and sometimes not. But at least for me, who's been pretty consistent and been in the community, you start that relationship, and it may not happen on the first review. It may happen, once you've established that relationship for a couple of years, it kind of build it up and people, try that out and realize, oh yeah, Carrie's got good stuff. Let's see what he's got this time. Yes, I know it's past our bedtime. I'm hanging in there, though.
He's doing good. See, well, like Carrie, for a while there, most affiliates, most companies pay their affiliates through usually PayPal.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to say, fuck PayPal because it's a racket, in my opinion. So I had to change some. And I had an idea and I sent it to Carrie. I said, "Hey, I'm going to try this app. Are you all right with that?" And he goes, "Is that how you want me to send your $4 or shall I send it via pigeon?"
$4.
Thanks, Carrie.
Yeah.
Glad you make me feel like a dickhead.
I think you made more than I did that month. I keep telling Carrie I'm going to try to work harder and get some more sales for him. I haven't done that well. And as much as I've tried some videos and that kind of stuff. And it's weird how that works. Like I got my whole list, like some people, some affiliates, just I get more sales from those than others. There's sometimes no rhyme or reason to it.
A lot of it is because people purchasing stuff, they have that one guy's code.
Yeah.
They have it memorized, and that's the only one they use. Doesn't matter how many guys have a code with that company. They find that one guy, and they stick to that, and that's the one they use.
Or they take the screenshot, and since they've got 20-something affiliates, they've got a really good screenshot.
Yeah, they got a good screenshot. They can go and, I'm feeling like this company. I saw they came out with this one, so let's bring up Brian's list. Oh, yep, he does have it. So, what's going on, Gary? How you doing, sir?
Hey, Gary.
Yes. Sometimes I think Carrie just keeps me in the loop just so he can dog on me all the time.
Well, he seems to find some enjoyment out of it. Y'all have some pretty good banter going back and forth.
Ellie and her jokes. She's the one behind the commission's riddles.
Yes, I know. I can tell.
She was under that Urukai name for a while, and then she decided, you know what, fuck it, I'll go under my actual name.
Everybody knew it was her anyway.
Yeah. It's watching Scott, my bad.
Yeah, Scott. Scott. Aren't you mad at him?
I am just super pissed at Scott for, stepping on my toes tonight. I hope he sees this and knows that I'm gonna fuck him up if I see him. No,
hello to the replay squad out there.
Yeah, hello to the replay squad.
Put a hashtag replay squad in the comments.
No, like I said, when I talked to him about, the whole thing, he's, a lot of it is more streams are coming up again,
That's a good thing.
And that's what I said, it's coming back to where there's a stream every night and it's a different one. It's not, somebody's got 3 streams a week kind of thing.
Yeah.
But, timing. Sometimes, company or content creators have to do it at a certain time because that's all the time their guest has.
Yep. And I've had the same thing happen trying to plan live stream launches of scents and products and stuff with company owners. And the owner can only do it at a certain time because of their family or work or, that kind of thing. So you just go in there and do it. And if they don't catch it live, they can catch it right after the fact. So
exactly. I know I give Chris some shit sometimes because, his stream is normally on Tuesdays at 7 or 8 o'clock at night. And I remember the first time I saw it, he went live at like 2 in the afternoon. And I was like, what the hell? And I go and jump in there and it's for Johnny Slicks.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked him, I was like, what the hell? Why 2 in the afternoon? He's because that's all the time Johnny has. So if I want him on, I have to do it by his time.
Yeah. I think I've streamed over top of Chris before. Didn't have any other choice. Didn't have any other choice. Do the best you can. It is way past my bedtime. Dan put up a story on Instagram. It's like looking for people to be on there. It's like, I'll come on sometime. I don't get asked to the dance very much because I think I'm boring, but you guys seem to like to hear my ASMR stuff.
Yep. He thinks he's boring.
I do think I'm boring. I mean, I don't curse usually. And, my opinions come out as really even monotone things. I try not to get too high or too low about anything.
He just stays very level-headed the whole time. No matter if he gets angry or if he's happy or sad or anything. He's a robot.
Now I do internalize and I'll end up not sleeping a whole lot. If there's any kind of like somebody had a bad comment, I don't take criticism very well. I don't blow up, but I just don't sleep for 2 nights. So that's my issue.
You internalize everything, and yeah, I know some people that do that. I'm on the other side of that. I don't internalize very well, unless it's something traumatic in other ways, I guess you could say. But yeah, see, people don't think you're boring. Lynn, I have tried Johnny Slicks, yes.
I have not used Johnny Slicks.
I really like his shampoo and conditioner for head hair, actually.
Nice. I've got very little left, so
it works very well. He had long hair for the longest time, so I figured he must be, when he made that, he must know something.
Yeah, I get a lot of owner sends me messages overnight. I have to check it in the morning. I like it. Everybody's creative juices flow at different times. Mine's 5 o'clock in the morning.
Mine usually doesn't start until about now. So you not only do reviews and tips and stuff, you do live streams, you do your sales, your Black Friday, your March Madness, but there is something else you do on your stream.
Yes.
How did the karaoke start?
That's an interesting one. That started during COVID, during 2020, because I'm in a bluegrass band. We usually go around to like rest homes and churches and little local events, that kind of stuff, and we could not go out and play anywhere. So I had, you get the itch to perform. I'm a really quiet person, but one of my outlets is the music and sharing that with people. I couldn't do it. So I don't know where it came about. I think I was like, oh, I'll just sing karaoke, because this playing one instrument is kind of hard to accompany yourself a lot. I'm not like a singer-songwriter kind of person, so I can do that some, but I'm kind of limited. So it's like, oh, let's try a whole backing track. So let's just find a karaoke version of something. So started playing around with that. It's like, they've got a lot of those on YouTube. So I put together a little live stream show and did it. And that's kind of where that started. And I ended up, as I told you, I like learning stuff. So I like learning how to make everything work. So I use like Ecamm Live to create my show there that's got me in one corner and the words up on the screen on the other, and getting the microphone to balance with the background vocals and all that kind of stuff. So just been doing it ever since. I don't usually have tons of people watch, which is fine. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. I know it probably confuses YouTube, but I don't do it for YouTube. I do it for me and my dad and anybody else that wants to hang out there and listen. A lot of people just come in there and hang out and request songs and that kind of thing. It's pretty cool. I enjoy doing it. Gives me something to do during the week too, practice up some more songs.
I think it's a very unique idea, and I think it's really cool, actually. And no, none of this shit is going to happen, Carrie. No. Everybody likes to dog on metal because it's all they do is scream and all this stuff. And it's like, okay, you do it. You try it. I want to hear you try it.
No.
And actually sound decent and not like a wet cat. I know I can't do it. I've never even tried, but I know I can't. Because for one, I've smoked for the last 18 years. If my voice goes up probably 2-3 octaves, I'm going to end up hacking up a lung for the next half hour.
Yeah, that would not be good.
No.
And, I try not to, I definitely can't relate to all the different genres of music, but I don't say anything bad about them. And if music makes you feel something, it doesn't matter what kind of music it is. Like for me, Mark asked about that Zach Brown song, that song Highway 20 Ride, talks about a dad who has a son, and the parents are divorced, and he's got to ride down Highway 20 to pick them up on the weekends. I mean, it's just one of those things where the words kind of grab you. So sometimes the music grabs you. Sometimes it's the beat that makes you, feel it. Somebody screaming and that kind of thing. Whatever it is, if metal makes you feel a certain way, listen to it, man.
Music is, music. Everybody dogs on everybody depending on what your tastes are. Me being a metalhead, I really, really, really hate country music and rap. And usually the people that like country or rap really, really hate metal and rock. So we dog on each other, but at the same time, I can respect whatever your tastes are. I'll give you a little bit of crap about it, but that's about it. I mean, music is music. If it hits you in the feels in any way, makes you feel good, gets you out of your head for a while, whatever it is, listen to it.
Absolutely. Whatever you can do to make you feel something during the day, if that's music, great.
How you doing, Diablo? Thanks for stopping in, man.
Have fun at karaoke, Diablo.
And yes, Carrie, I know you. Powder Burn. There's a little bit of a plug for everybody in the chat. Go look up Powder Burn on YouTube. Spoiler, Carrie's the lead singer.
I'm going to have to check that out.
Like 25 years ago. Hey, Matt. How you doing, sir?
What is yacht rock?
I think he means butt rock. That's what I'll take it as, Matt. Oh, wait. How you doing, Ken? I don't know. I don't know if I missed him. Did I miss
Ken.
you in the beginning, Ken? I hope I didn't. Sorry. What's going on, Sean? How
Hey,
you doing,
Sean.
sir? Good to see you. Look at this fucking guy here.
Yeah.
Makes me sick. No,
Why is
Daniel.
that? Why does it make you sick?
Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang, I have a hard time with Wu-Tang. Real hard time. But this is an ongoing thing since he was doing his show.
Gotcha. Well, I think he's from North Carolina originally. So he's got that Waylon Jennings in there. So we're good there.
Oh, wait. Metal covers of pop songs. I mean, yeah, I do get down with that sometimes. Listening to metal covers of today's music shit.
Have you ever heard the gangster bluegrass? Like they take some of those Thunderstruck or something like that, and they do it like on bluegrass.
Yes, I have heard some of that. There was a guy that I followed for a while that he was covering like Slayer and Slipknot and stuff on the banjo and stuff. I thought it was really cool how they were doing it.
Like I can appreciate like that. That takes some skill to pull that off and make it sound good.
Mm-hmm. What, Mark? Oh, there was somebody else that I saw. Mike. How you doing, Mike Q?
Hey, Mike.
Stop it in, man.
You got a good crew in here.
Yeah, these, when the crew stops in, it's usually they always end up showing up at 10.
So you're trying to get me to, they're 10, and we're at 11 now, or 10 your time.
Yep, 10 my time.
Okay, so that's why they're all showing up now.
Yacht rock is classic rock.
Oh, I got you. The Eagles and that kind of stuff.
I did not know it was called yacht rock.
I've never heard that term either, but he's from the Bay Area, as you know. So
true. Does it make you sick? Hey, I will say the first and second albums of Slipknot were the best they ever did. Daniel and I will argue till the day we die that those were the only two good albums they did. Everything else after that, they sold out for the fucking radio, and I have no time for them now.
Yeah, it makes it different once you mainstream stuff. I mean, we feel that way about the beard companies sometimes. They get too big and like, oh, they don't pay attention to their customers anymore.
Yeah, that is the that's the stigma around that. Yacht rock, Kenny Loggins. Of course, Lynn, you would fucking know this.
Kenny Loggins. I like Michael McDonald. That dude had a cool voice. In Exile, yeah.
Yeah, Lynn, you and Matt can talk up a storm if you want. Did you guys know Bay Area?
You can just pass that one by. Daniel's playing. Daniel's working it hard.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Fuck you, Lynn. What is that? Let's be honest, we all would sail out. Come on now. Not quite sure what's that meant to be, but
yeah, don't be getting too big for your britches, there, Carrie.
You get too big, you lose sight of where you came from, and you piss on all the little people that built you to what you were then. Oh man.
I always think of that as like soft rock or elevator music.
Yeah, elevator music is what yacht rock sounds like to me.
That's what you're going to hear when somebody puts you on hold. He's here.
Now, you do your karaoke when you're doing it. Is there like only a set of a certain type of music that you'll do?
It's only so much I know. I mean, I branch out. I've done You Can't Touch This before, and what else have I done? I've done Bon Jovi and Hootie and the Blowfish, and I have to know it enough to be able to do it. Right. I actually try. I feel like I can sing a little bit, so I turn off the vocals that's on there. I turn it off. It's just me singing with the background vocals, not the lead vocal. So unless it's something I really don't know, a lot of times I'll say, okay, I'll take a picture of it, the request, and I'll try to learn it by the next week.
Okay. So you've never gone into any harder rock stuff?
You'd have to point me in the right direction of something to try. I'll try it.
Somebody said earlier that we should try to get you to do Korn.
Okay.
And Ken said we should try to get you to do Korn.
I've got a little list here of song requests. Let me pull up my karaoke app. I'll put it in the to learn list. What song from Korn?
I think he said Blind by Korn.
Put it on my to learn list. I'll see if I can learn it. Why not? I'll give anything a whirl. I just have to be able to feel like I can actually do it justice.
At least with Korn, it's not full on screaming.
Yeah, I can't scream. That'll hurt.
I'm not going to push him to like try to learn any screaming stuff. With Korn, it's still singing. He might yell a little bit, but he won't. There's no screaming.
$20 super chat if I do a blind. Okay, I'm definitely have to learn that one now.
Where'd that go?
Daniel just said it.
Daniel said he.
Yeah, it'll pop up in a second. Yeah, I have a $20 super chat if you do blind. I'm gonna hold you to it, sir.
Oh, yeah. I'll hold you to it too, Daniel. If he's up there and he sings Korn's Blind. There's better music than Korn. Okay, Shade. We're talking about old Korn, okay? We're not talking about today's bullshit Korn. Because Korn was good, in my opinion. Korn was good from the self-titled up to Issues. After Issues, they started going downhill. See, I think
don't pay me yet, Daniel. Don't pay me yet. I may not be able to do it. I will give it my best shot, though.
I will be. I'd come watch. I would be in there. I'd super chat probably if you did it. Exactly. He has a very melodic, hypnotic voice. So I think Brian could pull it off.
I don't know. Is it screaming?
No, it's not screaming, actually.
Okay, it's actually singing? Okay.
There's like there's some yelling. He
I
doesn't.
mean, I yell at my kids all the time. So
I mean, it's not full on screaming. It's yelling. In my opinion, it's not screaming.
okay.
But if you listen to that song and you think to yourself, I think I can do it. I really think you could.
Okay. If I think I'm going to do it, I'll let you guys know on the Sunday before. I usually stream Sundays at 7 Eastern, between 7 and 8. If I know I'm going to do it, I'll put out a story and tell everybody to tag you in it or something.
Yes.
Tag you and Daniel.
Lynn, I will ban you out of my chat if you bring this shit up again. It's blasphemy. It's stupid. I'm surprised you like the first Korn. It was really rappy. They had a couple songs that, like the All in the Family, where they were like battling with Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit, and I think they had a song that they did with Ice Cube. I think it was Ice Cube. I mean, the beats to the music wasn't that bad. It was all right. At least there was still the guitar and everything that I like about metal. See, we're starting to get, people to pool money to get you to do Korn.
Mark wants me to do Tupac. Yeah. I've done Vanilla Ice. I did that song one time. And then I did You Can't Touch This. I know like that really old stuff, like Young MC and things like that.
Maybe. Have you ever heard this song before?
No. I've heard the guy from AC/DC sing, and I know that would hurt my throat, but
I had a question in my head, and now I can't fucking remember what I was going to say.
That's because all these guys.
Uh-oh. We'll give him a second to figure out if he can come back in. Oh, there we go.
Sorry, I hit the button by mistake.
Hit the wrong button?
Time's up. I'm going to bed.
I don't even know this song.
Yeah, I think I know the song.
I don't know this one. What the
See me make a fool of myself. That's what my students do. They get on there and make fun of me and try to get me to sing weird things.
Music today, I don't know. I have very little faith in the way our music culture of today's music is.
I mean, yeah, everything's going to be AI computer generated, right?
Well, we're going
Weird.
there.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the studio tracks, there's really nobody actually playing the instruments anymore. It's somebody clicking on the computer screen to make the drum tracks and to make the bass tracks. It's weird.
Yep, that's today's music, and the talent, the singer, or however you want to put it, is just a cash cow for producers and record labels and stuff.
Yeah, that's weird. Money's coming from different places now, like because they're not selling actual albums, right?
Yep.
It's downloads and gets into live streams and concerts and those kind of things. Have to figure out a different way to make money.
Yep. Today's music is all beat. I mean, the only thing that really has talent these days is rock and stuff, where they all, it's a band and they play their instruments versus somebody sitting at a synth pushing some buttons, and that's how they make a beat. Who knew we would get Johnny Cash?
Is that a real thing?
Is that a real thing?
I hadn't heard about that. If it is, I'm not surprised. They can AI anybody. We're going to have
Well,
Elvis records and everything else.
well, I know that like movie shit in the movies right now is like writers and some of the actors, they're all going on strike right now because
Yeah.
was it one of the big companies tried to fuck some of the actors, saying that yeah, we'll pay you one time to come in and have your face basically screenshot, and then we get to use it in perpetuity.
Yeah. Same thing with their voices, right? They've got the voices captured, so now they can make AI that sounds like their voice.
Yep.
So they're using their image and likeness and sound, their voice, without paying anybody anything. So it does sound like a legitimate concern.
Ellie, this guy is a trend. He's a fake in my mind. I'm not a big fan of his at all. I don't know. Does she, Eric?
I'm about to run out of juice here.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that we were getting close to that point. So, with that being said, you got anything coming up here in the short future that you want to let everybody know about at the moment?
I hope to do karaoke on Sunday night. I'm trying to make some super chat money. I'm gonna learn that corn song. If I do it, I'll make sure to let everybody know so you can check it out and laugh at me. But I do have a couple. I do have like 3 live streams coming up in 1 week. We're doing a lot of product launches with some companies. I said it earlier, but I'll just hit the highlight again. Next Saturday, July 29th is at 7. I'll be with Fetty Says. I'll have him on screen. We're going to release a new scent. And then the following Tuesday, which is August 1st at 7 o'clock, I'll be on with Iowa Beard Company. I've got a whole box set coming out with all of their fall scents. And then on the next Sunday, August 6th, I won't be doing karaoke. I'll be on with the Bearded Mac at 8 p.m. to do a scent release with them, which I've been working on with them for a while. So that's cool. That's been in the works for months and months. Very excited to have them on screen for the first time with me.
That'll be good. Good for you.
Yep.
So, if there is actually anybody in the chat that has never seen or heard of Brian before, Beards and Banjos, go find him on YouTube. You can find him on Instagram. I'm pretty sure the majority of you know who he is. But with that, so I have nothing. I mean,
I thought you had a video coming out.
I do have a video coming out tomorrow.
There you go.
I have it shot. I was editing it today. I got sidetracked with something. I got to finish the edit, and then it'll be uploaded tomorrow.
Yeah, I've got a couple videos I'm doing behind the scenes for like companies. They're hard to do because there's like trimmer videos, and you're like having to splice all this stuff together and do the B-roll and all that. I was like, I'm not going to be doing that anymore. That's not worth my time. It takes too much time. I've been working on it for weeks and weeks.
So scrap that shit.
Yeah. Like I should have asked for more money is what I should have done.
There was one thing that I wanted to ask Brian before we go off.
What's that?
Say shit.
No.
Come on, Brian, please.
How much money you got on betting on that? I knew there's money riding on it. Who said I wouldn't say it? Who's going to win?
Pretty much,
guys, I just want to let you know, like you may see what you see on the screen. That's who I am, right? So it's not like I say, hey, I'm going to make myself family friendly for my channel. What you see is what you get. This is who I am. So I don't curse a lot. You know, sometimes I curse a lot in my head, but it doesn't come out my mouth.
This is one of those things where you need to express.
Nah,
you know?
I'm good.
Express it. Don't keep it all bottled up, Brian.
Nah, I'll just,
it's unhealthy. It's unhealthy.
I don't really have any reason to right now. If I had a really good reason, I could do it. Not just to make you happy.
You wouldn't only be making me happy, you would make Chris and Joe wrong.
Oh, so Chris and Joe said, he's not going to do that.
Yeah. Make Chris and Joe wrong for me.
Nah, they're good dudes. I can't be doing that. Mark said it for me 3 times.
All right. Oh, so thank you everybody for hanging out with Brian and I tonight.
Hey, thanks for having me on. I appreciate that.
Of course.
I always like doing these things every once in a while. They're out of my comfort zone. I know they're out of your comfort zone too when you first started, right? Get on here and turn on the camera and just start talking or trying to interview somebody. That's kind of weird. I feel the same way when I do that on my channel.
Yeah, there's a little bit of that awkwardness that you got to try to get over, I guess you could say. But I appreciate you reaching out and saying, hey, I'd love to come on.
Sure. Happy to do it, man. Keep doing your thing.
You as well, sir. So until the next episode, thanks for everybody hanging out tonight. I appreciate it. We'll see y'all later.